Coach Mikey Varas.
Mikey, coming back home again, a difficult game last time. What are some lessons learned and now carrying it into training for this week?
Yeah, we just have to have more discipline and commitment to our structure, our principles, and our style of play. Because the first half was really good. I know we go down a goal, and but when you look at the details of the first half, it was good. Like, we had a lot of the ball. We were counter-pressing well. They didn't create very many chances. We were in and around their box the entire time. It's hard to score goals, so sometimes you're cleaner in those situations. But the learning lesson is then in the second half, we get a tough call against us, which is, for me, 3 weeks in a row, calls in the gray that changed the game. Then they score another goal a little bit against the run of play when the game was choppy. That I can live with in the long term, as long as we play our game, because I know we'll win more games than we'll lose in the long run, and we'll become a good team. But we kind of disintegrated into a bunch of individuals the rest of that half, and that was quite frustrating.
And then obviously staying to that style of play and now getting into the group with more players, what are some of the layers of dynamic aspects within the style of play that you can call in a given moment during game and say, hey, we're going to adjust this way? What's that turning into here?
Yeah, I think you saw it a little bit in the game, first half. I mean, we played in behind more. We played in the sides more. So we weren't just playing centrally, because teams are starting to really take that away from us. We've pressed in a little slightly different shape so that we can manage the width of the field a bit better. The first game against Salt Lake, we had a hard time getting the ball off of them because they play with a really big, wide back line of 3 and 2 pivots. And in this first half, we were able to match that space a bit better and get the ball back. So we're definitely making steps, but we're still also solidifying our foundation. We just need to know that. Like, we are putting wrinkles in there, but you can't start painting the walls of the house before you've finished the foundation, And so while we're getting ready for all of that stuff, and we're definitely putting some wrinkles in, we are still 100% focusing on what is the foundation of who we are.
And in teaching and learning a foundation, like you mentioned, your style has always been with the youth development as well. What are some things that are carrying on now that are transcendent throughout all ages that you're finding, hey, un futbolero es futbolero, and this is something that pretty much speaks to everybody?
You have to compete. When you step on the field, no matter what your style is, it's 11 guys against another 11 guys. And when there's 50-50s, you have to make sure that you're up for it, to be physical, to throw your body on the line, to run really hard for your teammates, and to just compete. It all starts from a warrior mentality and wanting to be a competitor. And when you're a competitor and then you add on the principles and your skill and all of that, then that's all the plus.
Mikey, after the match last week, you talked about training sessions were good during the preseason for the preseason, but training sessions aren't good enough for now. Have training sessions been better this week?
Yeah. And just to clarify, it's not that they're not good now. Like, it's that we need to keep taking steps. You can't think that the effort that you gave yesterday is good enough tomorrow, right? You have to keep getting better. So that's where we're at. And at the end of the day, we still have only a little bit of time together. So we need to push ourselves to make sure that we don't allow a comfort zone to slip in. We need to keep pushing. And this week the training was really good, and these guys always respond well, right? So that I really appreciate about them.
Do you find that when your teams are maybe in a little bit of a funk like you have in the last few weeks, do you have to do a little bit more of the soft stuff at practice in terms of putting your arm around a guy, talking to him, or?
Yeah, all the time that dynamic's changing.
Yeah.
After the game, I was pretty upset because we veered away from our style of play and our identity in the second half.
Sure.
And that's, for me, the most important thing. But then, you need to make sure you come in and you don't carry that like a bag of bricks all week, right? You can be upset, you can hold each other accountable, hold myself accountable, but then you got to wake up the next morning, you got to get yourself up, shower, and you got to put your best foot forward to make it better.
Sure.
And to get better. But you got to do that when you're winning too.
Sure.
So I would say nothing changes other than challenging them at the right time, but also reminding them that we're a good team.
Is that one of the big challenges in terms of just being a head coach, knowing when to put an arm around a guy? And
Oh yeah, definitely, because all these guys are different too.
Right.
And some of them, they hate even the thought of an arm around them. So, and other guys, they need that a lot more. So
Sure.
it's definitely a huge challenge, and I'm learning every day about each one of these guys. They're all dynamic human beings who come from different places, right? And we're learning about each other, and then we're learning who we each are with each other as well.
Right, because that's a misconception, right? You don't treat everybody the same. You learn who everybody is.
Yeah. It's the saying is it's pretty common sense. I think it's you treat people fairly, but you don't treat them the same.
Dallas is a place where you spent a lot of time. Looking back at sort of that part of your life, what do you remember?
Yeah, I just have tremendous gratitude for the ownership at Dallas, the club, everybody who worked there, made amazing friends, the city, because ultimately this is where I got my shot, right? Moving from the youth level into the professional level, and that took a lot of guts from the organization. They have vision, and I always respect the vision. And then they have great people who work there, so people who love the club and love the sport.
When you got that job, did you think, okay, now I've made it as a coach, or
No.
No?
I still don't think I've made it.
Come on.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like you can take it for what it's worth, but it's what I feel and what I know is I've just always tried to be the best whatever coach or whatever I'm doing at the time. And when I was a U12 girls soccer coach, I wanted to be the best one in the state of California. And when I was a U17 academy coach, assistant coach for the national team, assistant coach for Dallas, U20 coach, doesn't matter. I just want to be part of projects that inspire me, and I want to do my best for that project.
They still run the same system? Is Dallas that they ran when you were there?
I think it's a little bit different. They're a bit more, with Eric, they're a bit more in transition.
Okay.
They're a real athletic team, real dynamic team. So they look to make the game like unstructured and a bit chaotic, and then they kind of grow in strength when they do that.
Are you surprised at all by the Miami result when they played them?
No, because when you watch them, they compete. Like I said, that's the number one thing. That it's a very competitive group. They never give up, and they've done that already a couple times this year. So it's going to be a tremendous challenge this weekend.
Any closer with some of the injured guys?
Just Marcus out right now, and then Andres is going back in for evaluation because he still has some lingering knee issues.
And Mikey, how optimistic are you can get a win this weekend and snap the 3 games together?
I'm always optimistic. Like we train hard. We believe in the skill that we have. I know what we do every week to move the probabilities in our favor. But the most important thing is us showing up and executing on game day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.